Hey guys, I'm live. I'll wait for you to join me here. I'm a little bit early. Late. No, better early than late, right? Oh my goodness. It's a tough morning. So I'll wait and see if you guys jump on here. I've had to move my home office from the bathroom to the bedroom because the lighting in there was awful. The lighting out here isn't really much better. So we're going to have to figure that out. I'm not sure what to do. Oh, good. One person's on. So I hope your weekend was great. Hi, Deanna. Good morning. Ours was okay. We're sick of being inside. And so we are looking forward to the snow for the next few days. I really need to get out the kids outside and playing. They're going stir crazy. Even though we keep going to indoor playgrounds and whatnot, it's just not the same. So if you hear some noises from the peanut gallery this morning, that's them. They're fine. So I'm going to go ahead and start. There's a few people on now. I'm sure since you have already joined this group that you're aware that cosmetics are a leading chemical exposure place, especially for women, right? It probably started with like deodorant and people got aware of the aluminum in there, and then it moved on to face creams and shampoos, and then people started thinking about what they put on their face every day. Or if you're like me, you didn't put on your face every day because you knew that it was not a good thing. So I just want to go over a few of the things that you want to look for in cosmetics, especially eye makeup. Only eye makeup today is what we're covering. And most of these you probably already know. We have things like fragrances, right? Those will irritate your eyes. And we never know what's in them. They can be plant-based or they can be artificial. Coal tar dye is a heavy metal. That's found in a lot of mascaras. We know we don't want heavy metals anywhere near our bodies. So look for that. It's also labeled FD&C blue number 1, right? So a lot of these chemicals, you might not know that it's not one that you want because it's going to have more than one name. So coal tar dye or FD&C blue number 1. Fragrances. Formaldehyde is not actually used a ton anymore, but look for that one. That goes by a lot of different names. There's like 4 different names to look for. One of them is Quaternium 15, and that can be found in mascara, and it also is in eyeliners. Parabens, we know those are endocrine disruptors. Those are still found in lots of makeup products. BHA and BHT, which are petroleum based, that goes without saying. You don't want those on your skin. You don't want to be eating those. They're just bad all around. Retinol acetate. This is a form of vitamin A, but it's an artificial form. It's a carcinogen, and it can cause reproductive issues. It actually rates as a 9 on the EWG Environmental Working Group website. You would think it's a form of vitamin A, so it would be good, but it's not because it's artificial. And it seeps into your skin, especially around your eyes, which is a really tender area of your skin for absorption. So let's move on to eyeshadow. There's a lot of stuff in eyeshadow that's junk. Aluminum powder is one that's used for shimmery colors and greens. Again, that's a metal. You don't want that. And it actually can inhibit your body's detoxification of mercury, which we all have mercury in us, like it or not. And so the aluminum will make it so your body cannot get rid of that mercury in a natural way. Coal tar, again, we had coal tar dye in the mascara. Coal tar can also be in eyeshadow. It's a carcinogen. It's banned in European cosmetics, but of course here we have no regulation, so it can be in there. Nanoparticles, those are in sunscreen. When they are suspended in liquid, they are not such a bad thing. When they are powdered, you can breathe them and they can accumulate in your lungs, which is not a good thing. Parabens, again, those are labeled as propyl, butyl, methyl, and then have paraben at the end. It's a preservative and also a hormone disruptor. Tamarosol, derived from mercury, not good. And talc, not used a lot anymore, but still, you want to avoid it. Let's move on to the liner real quick. I don't have these memorized. I'm looking at a paper. Carbon black. It's also labeled as D&C black number 2, black, channel black, furnace black, lots of different names. Avoid that in your liner. Liner is a tricky thing. It has to go on smooth, probably over eyeshadow. but it's also very, very close to your eye. So you really want to make sure that the liner that you get is as clean as possible. Again, the liner can have parabens, formaldehyde, aluminum powder, BAK, which is one I hadn't heard of. It's benzalkonium chloride. It's a preservative and it's super toxic to your eyes, one of the worst ones. And then PEG compounds, which is a polyethylene glycol. It's petroleum based, and the lower the number after the PEG, the more easily it's absorbed into your skin. So you can have PEG 4 or PEG 150. 4 is going to be much worse, but a safe rule of thumb is to avoid them altogether. All right, that's the quick and dirty of chemicals to avoid. Of course, the ones we're going to use don't have any of those, so aren't you lucky? So what I've learned after watching a bazillion videos on how to put on eyeshadow is that there's really no wrong way. Your eye is going to be different than anybody else's, and how you like it to look is going to be different. So I'm having fun just playing around with the different colors. Now I'm going to start with, this is a concealer. It's supposed to be used for your face, but I'm going to actually use that as the base for my eyeshadow. It's a cream, and so what I have been doing is just running that over the top of my eye in the corner, and I just use my finger. And that just gives it a really nice, smooth look to apply your shadow. My skin there is not so even, and so I just apply it like that. And it is a little bit lighter than my skin, right? So it's used like on my face. I use it for blemishes or age spots or whatever there. So I apply that first. And now I bought some blue eyeshadow and eyeliner, and that's been really fun, but I haven't quite mastered how that looks. So we're just going to do a really basic, they call it like a smoky eye, but I'm not going to do the black. This is more of an everyday look. So I bought some pencils here. They're double-sided. These are labeled. You have define, shade, blend, and smudge. So I'm going to start with the smudge end. And one of the things I learned is how to use these really light colors. I have a white here. It's in my shades of gray. It's right here. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to actually put that right in the corner of my eye. Now, I don't know that I would do this in the summer when I'm more tan. It might be a little bit too dramatic, but I really like how it highlights the eye in the corner and brings together the colors so that you kind of have a little bit of something going on all over your eye. So put that there in the corners and a little bit across the top of the eye there. I know it's hard to see, the lighting is not great. And then I also take that and I put it underneath my brow line just a tad. All right, so you really can't see that too much, but you see kind of how it accentuates my eye. And so then I'm going to take a shading brush, which is, hi Betty Jo, which is a little bit thicker. And I'm going to take a light color from this palette right here. This is my Fun and Flirty palette. This is a really light brown. I'm not sure what that individual color is called. It's kind of a peachy brown. And I'm going to actually apply that just over the top of my whole lid, like that. It just gives a little bit of base color. You really can't see it much, but it provides a really nice neutral base for me. Okay, so I have that. Like I said, it's very light. I don't even know if you can see that very well in the video there. Okay, so I have the white in the corners, the very light. I have the really light base color there. And then I'm going to go with a brown. I think we're going to do brown yet. This is the Beautifully Brown. And this, I'm going to use the same brush, the shading brush again. And I'm just going to apply that right on the crease. Now when I open my eye, you're just going to see that a tiny bit. And so if you want, you could apply it with your eye open if you're worried about getting too much. And I just kind of apply it in a little circle there in the corner. And then a little bit over the top there. Okay. And you know, you want to apply it the same color on both eyes. one after another. Oops, see, that's a little bit dark. So then you will get the same result on both sides. Obviously, I dipped the brush too much there. I just use my finger. You can use a sponge if you want, but okay. Wow, there's really a lot of powder there. All right. So then I'm going to bring that across that crease again. When I open my eye, I see it's a little uneven. There we go. Okay. Let me see a little bit more there. And then I'm going to take the blending brush. So it's a little bit thicker. You see, like here, and I learned you need to hold it at the top here to get a good blend. And I just take that and I want to just blend it over my eye to get rid of any lines that might be there from the brown or for the lighter color. Okay, it's kind of across the top there. All right, so if you want it more dramatic, you can go with some more colors. So I could take my light color again and kind of go underneath the brow. That is really not working on that side today, is it? There we go. And then actually I'm going to take a little bit of black. I have this Shades of Gray palette here, again where the white is. And I'm just going to take a little bit of black, not with my blending brush. I'm actually going to use the brush that came with the makeup. And I'm just going to do a little bit right there, right in the corner, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to take my defining brush, which is really skinny here. Don't worry about that, it'll get blended in. And I'm going to, instead of using eyeliner today, I'm going to actually use that black eyeshadow and go on the top of my eye. Okay, and then the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same blending brush there. I always have to look at these. I'm going to blend that black. Blend all those colors together, both sides. I'm left-handed, so I always feel like I should be using my left hand for things. I should probably learn how to use my right. It'd probably be easier and look better. Okay, so you can see it spread out through the top of my eyelid. Spread a little bit more. And then I'm going to use that really light color that I started with. I'm going to wipe off my brush. And that really light peach. And just so I don't have any black lines over there, over the top of my eye, I'm going to just take that and just kind of blend it a little bit. Okay, it looks pretty good there. All right, so then I have the corners pretty smoky. I'm not liking the line I see there, so I'm just going to take this and blend it a little bit more. All right. All right, so I'm liking that. So then you could go with eyeliner and you could apply it on your waterline, which is right here above your eyelashes. And if you do that, you only want to go about halfway. Okay. And then the other side. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to use the colors that I used before to highlight that area and create not such a sharp look. And so I'm going to actually start with a really light color again. I'm using the really skinny brush. And I'm going to go right here. And this is not going to go on your waterline. It's going to go below your eyelashes. And this is not an exact process. The messier it is, kind of the better, because you want it to look kind of smudged out. And then I'm going to do my dark brown. And I'm not going up. I didn't go up with my liner to create like the cat eye look. This is just how you would regularly put it on. Okay, so I have my brown. Okay, and then I'm going to use that really dark black. It's actually a really dark gray, like a charcoal gray. I'm just going to lightly apply that. I'm kind of applying this between my water line on my eye and my bottom lashes. Okay, and so that gives me a softer look than just eyeliner alone. If you wanted to extend the line, you could right here on the corners. It kind of makes your lashes look fuller. Okay, so we have that, right? And then the last step is to apply your mascara. This is the newest water resistant mascara from Poofy. I like it. It does take some practice. I think the brush on the other mascara is easier to use, but I do enjoy the thickness of this. So I put a little bit on my top lashes and then a very little on my bottom. And that's just a personal preference. I don't like mascara on my bottom lashes. So I get that on. And again, if you wanted a more dramatic look, you can just layer those colors again with the light, the medium brown, and then, you know, a little bit of the black. You can also take your eyeliner pencil if you wanted to and go all around the top of your lid, which I'm not going to do today. So that concludes my makeup tutorial. I'm learning right along with you. I enjoy your questions. And, you know, shoot me a line if you want to see anything else. Like I said, I might not have all the answers, but we can learn together. So let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.